All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Asphalt Podcast, the Pavement Show, whatever you guys want to call it. It's really up to you at this point because I don't know why we capitalized the P on the first one we did when we split them up. But
I don't know why you capitalized the P.
I
never understood it.
Oh, hold on. I figured it out. It's asphalt and pavement. Yeah, that's. I think asphalt sounds better, but I realize that we're covering series that race mainly on pavement, mainly not on asphalt. So we're going to jump into everything today, from the IndyCar schedule to the NASCAR playoffs. There's a rumor floating around that you might have heard on 30 Mo Media that they might expand the final round next year for the Cup Series to 6 drivers. So we're going to touch on that as well. And whatever else you guys want to talk about. If you have any questions, comments, want us to talk about anything, put them down there. We'll read all of them. I promise. Even if it's F1, if you want us to talk about F1, I will give you my honest opinion on whatever F1 topic you put in the comments. I promise you that.
We'll go viral for it. Yeah,
I'm sure. Well, F1 fans love it when people attack their sport, and that is typically what I do. Well, they give me reason. It's all within reason, right? If they do, I'll give them props sometimes. But anyways. Before we get going, brought to you today by Chris Weiser and the Weiser companies. Appreciate them. And a big shout out to Chris. He hopped on board during the Knoxville Nationals and believes in us, helping us get up and down the road and do everything we do here at Always Race Day. So big appreciation to him. If you see him on Twitter, give him a reply and say thank you for sponsoring us, or just tweet him out of the blue. All right.
There's two things that help Connor get down the road: Chris Weiser and crutches.
Yeah. For now, I got 3 more weeks on crutches, so I'll be wheelchaired in the for the Knoxville Late Model Nationals, and then we'll have the. I should say that when we're on these shows, because we try to do Tuesday, Wednesday every week. Usually it's Dirt Tuesday, Pavement Wednesday, and we switch it up some weeks depending on what's happening. So big dirt show coming tomorrow night. You guys don't want to miss that. Kurt Schroeder's coming on to preview the Knoxville Late Model Nationals, and we got some news to talk about, and it's news that's not out yet. So your best guess. That's the best hint I'll give you all night. I might slip one in later. If you can catch it, you can catch it. I don't know if I will either. So it's really up in the air. But Caleb, I'm gonna leave it to you. Do you want to start with the IndyCar schedule or start with NASCAR?
Fuck the IndyCar schedule.
I'm much more interested to talk about the IndyCar schedule than I am on the Bristol race that almost was for Alex Bowman. Every damn thing. We're talking about NASCAR. It's fine. Every damn thing that needed to happen for Alex Bowman to get into the next round was happening. Almost at the expense of Chase Elliott. Almost also at the expense of Ross Chastain. And then it was almost Austin Cindric, but wasn't in the cards. Wasn't in the cards late in that race. He just ran out of tires. So,
well, listen, I saw the graphic today of the amount of times each specific driver has finished higher than their manufacturer counterparts. And out of all the Chevy guys, Alex Bowman finished higher than all the Chevy guys once this season. So it wasn't in the cards 10 races ago. It wasn't in the cards 15 races ago. It was not in the cards for Alex Bowman this year.
It's okay. You're not a true boner. That's fine.
Why are we diving into this now?
No shit. You brought that stat. You waited until the absolute most painful day for you to bring that stat to me. And
I just saw it today. I can't help.
I'm just saying, like, you pitched it to Caleb to start the IndyCar schedule, and we immediately jumped on the Bristol.
Yep. Oh yeah, he's like poo. No IndyCar. You sound like an F1 guy. Is what you
IndyCar.
Sound like.
Never heard of her. She must go to a different school anyway.
Yeah, no. Painful race for the boners on Saturday. The Bowman fans out there. I call them that. There's a meme I have. But I usually only put it out there when he wins a race. So next time.
Connor says, I have a meme where I call people boners.
It's not mine. I didn't make it. I made it famous. I didn't make it. Much like Casey Kane Friday. So people ask me if I made that all the time. And I'm like, I don't know who the first guy was to put it up. I have no clue what to tell them. I tell them I didn't originate it. So, but yeah, no, the Bristol race on Saturday night, we did the TV ratings talk last week. I'm not going to do the same talk again. 1.5 on 1.57 on the ratings. I thought it was a pretty damn good race though for a Saturday night. I was glued to the TV.
Yeah, me too.
He was not.
I didn't see a single lap.
What were you doing?
I was participating in good old-fashioned short track racing. So,
Yeah, Hawkeye Downs.
Nope, I was up at Wisconsin Dells Raceway Park.
Oh, you told me you were going there, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. So
Why don't we start with that?
Okay.
What did you see? How was it? What was the atmosphere like?
It was a great race. I haven't been to Dells Raceway Park in, like 6-7 years. 6-7 years. I didn't mean to do that, but it did happen.
As soon as you said it, I was ready.
Oh, man. I don't know about that.
Yeah, it was nice to be back. It was a good race. Got some cool pictures and video and got to talk to some cool people. And, yeah, it was a good race. So
good. I've been to Wisconsin Dells. I didn't know that was a track up there. I didn't see it. So how close is it actually to – I guess I was in a resort that wasn't called Wisconsin Dells now that I think about it.
So where like everything is in Wisconsin Dells.
Oh man.
Where everything is in Wisconsin Dells, I stayed like right on that strip. And it was a 9-10 minute drive to the track. So
Not 6-7.
Yeah, it's right next to a resort called Edge O'Dell's Resort, so if that tells you anything.
Sounds like a place we like to go.
But yeah, it was right on the edge of the Dells, and so yeah, it was good. Crowned a new national short track champion, so it was a good race.
Who was it?
Nick Nolden.
Okay, shout out to Nick Nolden. He won a championship. It sounds like a really big deal. I don't know.
It wasn't like an actual championship. It's like the race is called the National Short Track Championship. The whole weekend is.
I don't love doing that for races.
Okay. Well, you know what?
I'm not shitting on you. Like I was just about to bring up like Knoxville Nationals. Like I guess you're a champion of the Nationals, but like
exactly.
You won the race.
Exactly. And guess what? This was the 60th edition of that. So this has been around longer than me and you combined. Yeah. No, I'm gonna fact check that. I know. I'm over 80. You're under 30.
Math, and I don't know why I needed the math there. I'm getting close though. I'm getting older.
I was gonna say both of y'all are close.
Let's shush.
A little less talking, a little more translation of all the memes that we don't know what's going on when the internet pops off. So I got the 6-7 one down, don't worry. But your aura farming definition was incredibly off from.
It's because I kept getting interrupted. I kept trying to explain it, and then I proceeded to get clowned because that was the one episode all my coworkers were in. So I went to work the next day, and
it was not a proper explanation.
I kept getting cut off trying to explain it, so I had to start over. So it just sounded like I was repeating myself. No, I'm one of the younger ones.
Oh, okay. If we had like a group of kids that worked at Chick-fil-A, we could probably outsource that and just have a team on here that explains all the trends to us. Except they're older, so.
Okay, so Bristol.
Yeah, I forgot we were talking about Bristol. I don't know, man.
Damn good race.
Christopher Bell gets the one. I forgot who won for a second. I can put the playoff standings up now, but what were your takeaways from it? What were you surprised with? Chase Elliott was really close to wrecking out of the playoffs. Hendrick has got to, I know we've been saying the Hendrick's got to figure it out part for a while, and I don't really put that on Chase, but
they might be the next 4 spots out at this rate. Or I guess Bowman's already.
They can only be 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they still might be all 4.
Yeah, they still.
They're so bad that you don't know. The one thing I was really surprised about, again, coming from a person that didn't actually watch a lap of the race, but obviously kept updated through friends and Twitter and stuff like that. I can't quite grasp how we didn't know what this tire was going to do. Like, it seems to me it's super weird to throw the green flag and nobody really seemed to know what the tire was going to do.
Yeah, I was very shocked by just the difference it was, because I tell you what, by the reactions and just personal belief, like practice qualifying, I was like, oh, this is just same song, different verse from the spring. But the fact that the track temperature made that much of a difference, it completely caught me off guard. I was going into the race like, oh gosh, here we go again, another choo-choo train of aero blocking. But
well, that was the thing too, is like it's wild that the temperature made such a difference that in practice and qualifying, like you could run 50 laps and have basically no wear on the tire, and then in the race all of a sudden it's 20 laps and your tires completely coming apart. So very, very weird situation that the tires have going on. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just weird that they're that unpredictable.
That's what I think is bad about it. When 5 degrees swings the entire outlook of what you think the tire is going to do, and what it actually ends up doing. And sometimes it's really good and sometimes it's really bad. That's like, I don't know. That feels scary to me. I feel like we didn't have that problem 20 years ago, and maybe it's just because we had less knowledge and less technology to tell us stuff like that. But, I don't know. I wasn't too alive in 2005, or not a lot of memories from back then. I was 7 years old. But did we have that? Did we have Goodyear? Like, I mean, they were making tires Saturday night at the track. Like, were they scrambling around doing that in 2005?
Well, I could introduce you to the, I think, 2008 Indianapolis race.
I thought that was 06. I know what you're talking about.
See, that's where we need Noah. But
I just text Noah.
It was 2008.
It's a thing that happens, and like I understand it to a point, but yeah, it's just wild that like it's that drastic of a difference. Like, it's not like they showed up to Bristol and they were like, hey, this tire should be solid, and then it falls apart. They showed up with this tire and they're like, hey, this one should fall apart, but only at this specific temperature. And
yeah, so in practice, this is kind of how like the weekend played out. Someone ran a 75 lap stint with no issues. It looked like there was little wear on the tires. There was some, but not much. And Goodyear had, like, someone had quote tweeted this post with Goodyear put it on their little sandpaper machine and said this tire is going to wear. And there was in practice not giving any degradation or very limited degradation after 75 laps of racing, and not going to make for a good race if that's the case. And all of a sudden Saturday night, the temperature, did it rise up? Because I don't think getting colder helps those tires wear, right?
I think it was like, I don't know. I guess
the colder it was, the more the tires degraded.
Oh, I thought it was opposite, Josh. We're not tire engineers, but we will criticize the tire.
My brain, like, I guess the poor science in my brain would say that would make sense to it being the opposite, but no, it was because it was 5 degrees hotter during practice and qualifying, or whatever it was. Because it was during the day. So it got 5 degrees cooler, which is effectively the sweet spot of the tires, I guess. And we've seen it where it's too cold at Bristol. That's why I jumped to that. I think it was spring Bristol race. No, it was this year's spring Bristol race. I think that they said it was too cold for the tires to have that spot where they're gonna degrade. So is it like a sweet spot almost? Like if it's too cold, they won't wear. Like
it seems like it. And I mean, what do you do? Like that's what we got, I guess. And that's what decides if Bristol is good or not on the temperature inside the building. So that roof can't come soon enough. We need a 72 degree regulated temperature in the building. I'm not sure what temperature it was at, but I know that roof would help things actually a little bit with that stuff.
Yeah, I would love to see 38 cars fuming up a race for 4 hours with a bunch of people.
If you can see in the Chili Bowl on Saturday night, you can see around Bristol with a roof over it.
I was just thinking more of the emissions capturing someone in the garage.
I wouldn't be worried about that so much as the noise with those cup cars might actually blow.
Yeah.
Where are your plugs? Where are your plugs, kids?
Boo!
I know I only wear.
Boo!
But also,
be a man.
Earplugs only do so much. We have
to help. What are you telling them that the earplugs won't completely save you? So don't put them in.
I hate my hearing anyways.
I think next Monster Jam I go to, I'm going to get the Gravedigger ones with the big monster truck tires on, just to make sure everyone knows I'm wearing earplugs. Nothing, Caleb. Gee, I'm trying to throw Caleb off his game just a little bit, and he's not giving me anything. Josh Berry's streak of the worst playoff round ever. I think he nailed it. I think he's got sole ownership of that.
It was close between him and Eric Jones.
Well, I think he scored 4 points. So I think one of them he finished second to last technically, but I couldn't recall which one it was that he finished second to last. And I could just be wrong and he finished last in all 3 races.
I think he finished last in all 3 races.
Okay, so yeah, worst ever. And Caleb had to bring a Alex Bowman stat to the show. Great.
It was really rough. And I was going to actually mention too, Josh Berry would like to have a conversation with bad playoff luck because it was beyond bad. It was you felt bad for him.
Yeah, no, you don't want to see that happen to the Wood brothers. I feel like that's the one team, no matter where you're at in NASCAR, you don't really hate the Wood brothers. Do you say that's fair?
Oh, I'm sure there's still some haters out there, but yeah, I'm
sure there's some Penske haters that are like, "Oh, that car's affiliated." Gross.
Depending on who's in the car, yeah, that too. Yeah. There's who was I going to talk about? This is why I write stuff down sometimes. That's Caleb's gripe with me.
This is why we should have a list of things that we talk about.
Yeah, well, it was 3 main things today, and I was sitting on the list, and I'm like, screw that. Just didn't feel it. I'm getting there. Bowman eliminated. Berry eliminated. Austin Dillon eliminated. And who's the 4th?
Dude. It's been a topic the last 2 podcasts.
Say it one more time.
Shane Van Gisbergen.
Thank you. God damn. I don't know why I couldn't remember that.
It's fine. He didn't care to learn his name when he first got into NASCAR. He hasn't cared yet.
He made one goddamn prediction that came true, and I'm never gonna hear the end of it.
I also called pushing the panic button on Joseph Newgarden.
Didn't you call that the year he won the Indy 500?
And along with multiple ovals.
I was literally talking about the championship.
We called him the king of the ovals.
I was talking about the championship, and he finished 8th.
Yeah, but he won the Indy 500.
But he still has a Penske ride, and someone else doesn't.
Yeah. What the hell?
We don't know for how long. But anywho, also, who was it? So the 4 that went into the race were the 4 that were knocked out, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, who called that one too last week?
The question was, if any of these guys move on, who do you think?
Yeah, and out? Between A, B, C, or D, Caleb picked E, and he said none of the above.
That was the most obvious answer. You didn't go out on a limb.
Nobody else.
It was in case this thing happens and this other thing doesn't. You're
nobody else had the balls.
It doesn't.
Listen. You asked a question. Everybody gave their answer. You guys were all wrong.
I'm going to stop asking questions on here. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, good.
See how I just followed instructions and saying if anyone were bumped out.
And Caleb also holds the final 2 winners of IndyCar at Iowa Speedway correctly chosen. So.
That's not really fair. Josh picked the entire field. He said everyone but Kiffin Simpson, I think, was his.
Yeah, he'll never win a race, though. So
and on next week's show, it'll be all 27. All right. Do you have any more fall off from Bristol? By the way, you said they wouldn't go through the grass to pick up dirt this week. and add some weight to their cars. There was guys going up in the rubber.
Oh yeah, I said grass.
I know. Technically, you didn't get God. I just thought it was funny they were still doing it.
I did see that though. That was pretty funny. The rubber was just insane.
It's weird how in dirt racing, that's a thing every race is you got to see if the car weighs the proper amount, and they have like burn off rules. So like, here's how much, burn off this much fuel per lap. And that's where the minimum weight requirement is. We subtract that number. You got to weigh this. And you never see that in dirt racing, but it's a very big thing every single night. And NASCAR sees this hit the public eye for the first time. I'm sure it's been going on for a while, at least, a few years, at least with the next gen cars. And they are just flat out ignoring it. This is not an issue at all. We're not going to officiate this. And it'd be really hard to officiate. I'll give you that. For once, I would side with the officials there and say it'd be tough, but I'm very surprised they aren't trying to crack down on that.
Well, especially after they specifically said, "Hey, we're going to crack down."
I feel like they were feel like they were pulling your legs, saying that none of them are going to do it at Bristol. You're not going to see it.
Well, no, they just said starting in Bristol, we're going to officiate, people driving through the grass. And
okay, they didn't do fucking jack shit then.
Well, they didn't drive through the grass, so technically, he was right. But
is that how the rule's going to be written? Like driving over pavement onto picked up specks of rubber is going to be legal, but grass is not.
It might just balance out the tire wear that they have.
That'd be the most NASCAR rule ever if they somehow managed to write it exactly like that.
I believe it.
All right, let's talk playoffs. Look at this. Figure out how to do this. Playoff standings are on the screen.
Did you even add the circle in there?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that was NASCAR NBC posted this on Twitter. The credit goes to them. I could have wrote that on the photo, I think, but oh well. I just verbally gave them credit. Better be enough for them.
+1. Oh, fuck.
All right, Josh has jumped to Bubba Wallace's 8th to start the round. Denny Hamlin is +26. Kyle Larson, William Byron, both at
Kyle Larson gives you all 24 of those. And William Byron.
Christopher Bell out at +20. Ryan Blaney at +19. Chase Briscoe at +10. Chase Elliott at +5. And then Bubba Wallace is +1. Austin Cindric's 1 out. Ross Chastain and Joey Logano 2 points out. Tyler Reddick is 3 points out in 12th. Next round is New Hampshire. That icky track, state west of Iowa. I think they call it Kansas. And then the Roval. So 2 really good tracks in that 3, and I'm really excited to see what happens here.
I don't know. Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to think here. I'm trying to do, going off of those tracks, who would get bumped that's currently in?
Do you have picks of who's going to win? Do you want to start with that? What do we want to draft? I kind of like, do you want to go through and we'll draft one driver each? 3 rounds? It'd be 4, yeah.
4, but okay. Well, no, but
okay. No fun from Caleb, who's
very. I wasn't prepared for that because then I'm gonna have to figure out.
The list is right there. There's 12 guys available. Pick your favorite.
I mean, I feel like the favorite going into New Hampshire is going to be Christopher Bell.
Yeah, Christopher Bell, New Hampshire. I
like one of the 2311 cars at Kansas.
And then, I would say, I'm going to pick all of the Chevys to do well.
Do we think Chase Elliott has a fighting chance at the Roval, the track that has given
I don't know, the guy that hasn't won a road course since like 2020?
I know, but yeah, I know. I just Chase at the Roval. It's like Hilton Magic. Something happens and stuff just goes his way.
I think Bell or Blaney win that one. I'd probably favor Blaney since I picked Bell in New Hampshire.
Caleb's pretty pissed off. I can tell that you didn't pick SVG for that one.
Well,
not
of the playoff drivers.
Yeah, for the Roval, he's not going to win that.
Well, since NASCAR makes the playoff drivers' cars faster.
Yeah. Every year.
Yeah, that's why Austin Dillon ran 28.
I do love how we're having this damn playoff talk, And that still happens every year, that the guys that are still in the playoffs are still the fastest 12 or 8 or 4 on the track, no matter what. And it's the teams that are investing. We're going to invest in these cars and not the ones that aren't in the playoffs. And I get that aspect.
But also, like, let's be realistic here. There's a reason that most of these guys are up here. And, like, you look at, like, the Josh Berrys, the Austin Dillons, like, that kind of sneakily got into the playoffs, like, they're gone now. So it's like, here we are. These are the people that are typically running up in the top 12 consistently anyway. So, yeah, it's not to be all that surprising, especially when a lot of these big name teams know that they're probably going to be in the playoffs. So they're going to put extra effort towards the playoffs. So, yeah, I mean, the only one who probably, needs woken up on that is Hendrick.
Who are you concerned about getting eliminated the most?
That one, Hendrick.
All the 100 cars? Okay.
No, Kyle Larson will be fine. Realistically, I would say Larson and Byron, first off, they've got 24 points. I mean, unless they have a Josh Berry type round, it's
I 26 and 24, like, for the leaders, like, that's still really close. And if you're not racing for stage points, like, consistently, I think you can easily let that go quick.
Am I right in saying that, like, Bubba Wallace is, he's up there in, like, the regular season standings. So, yeah, the fact that he's, like, +1 at this point, I don't know where he finished at Bristol, Josh.
He wrecked out.
Oh.
He was running top 7 all the entire race, and then he got punted by Cole Custer.
Awesome. That's one, too, that, like, up until that point, he's ran in the top 10 for all the playoff, races. So, would have had another top 10. And like Josh said, he's got Kansas coming too, where they should be able to have a good run. So, I think Chase Elliott really has to worry. And then, you look at Cindric. Reddick really needs to turn his, kind of luck around.
I'm not trying to cut you off, but I'm not worried about Reddick at all. I think he's good on speed. I think he's clutch enough that I don't think he's going to be worried about this after the first 2 races. I think he's going to be pretty safe after that.
If you asked me after Darlington, I'd probably agree with you, but the last 2 races, the pace has just not been there.
That's fair. And that's what I'd say about Chase Elliott right now is, you got to change stuff around real quick, or it's going to be, you got to win and you're in for the Roval again.
Right. Like, realistically, like, if you asked me after Darlington, if you were like, oh, what's Kansas going to look like? I'd tell you that majority of the race, 23-11 probably runs 1-2. But now I don't know.
Yeah. Since we raced at Iowa Speedway, there's probably going to be less people in the stands at Kansas. So you can't really, I don't know what it's going to look like. But I was actually going to make it Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick joke. I replaced it with that. So
I would say Chase Elliott, Austin Cindric. I think Ross Chastain has reason to be concerned, and then Tyler Reddick. That would be my 4. But to be honest, you can pretty much interchange Logano and Reddick, because I think either one of them could be hit and miss. Especially like at a place like Kansas, you could easily have one of them go win or, do pretty poor. So,
yeah. And it's a odd year. So Logano's luck is going to run out. That's how it works, right? We wait for him until next year.
I was a firm believer in that.
And I'm a firm believer on Ross Chastain. Hasn't driven the same since I don't know if he has stopped embracing being the villain, but he definitely drives a lot. Do I want to say safer? Less controversially. Getting into less opponents on the racetrack is
because someone has taken over that title.
Yeah. No, are you going with Hosvar there?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's the guy that mentored him. But like since Ross stopped doing that, he's been slower. I mean, that's I feel like that's like the least arguable thing in the garage right now, as far as that stuff goes. And, what are you going to do? Are we going to see a return of that villain to the racetrack? And, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see what happens. Even despite everyone poo-pooing this format, like I'm still interested. I'm excited about it.
Well, don't tell them that.
What?
Don't tell them you're excited about it. Then they're going to keep it around.
Yeah,
I'm sure NASCAR is listening to this show and listening to Connor. of the three of us. Go back to Bristol Dirt, fuckers.
Yeah, I definitely agree, though. I mean, obviously, Chastain, ever since he's toned down the aggressiveness, he's, kind of fall off. But realistically, too, I mean, it's not like Trackhouse has been, super great all around. Obviously, they've had their moments, and, I already know what y'all are going to say on that one.
They
but
won 4 fucking races that you were bragging about last week.
Outside of one guy at one specific type of course. I mean, they do seem like they've kind of had their struggles. So,
I didn't mean to surprise you with that. My bad.
Where'd my stats go?
I try to do this without my glasses on because the way the light comes down, it just shines into the camera light, and it does the opposite of what glasses are supposed to make you do.
But yeah, speaking of the playoff format,
we can talk about this.
I think one of the guys on this podcast also said that he would enjoy having like a 3-4 race ending and even extending it out to like 6 drivers.
This guy enjoys blowing himself.
Yeah. Do you think they listen to you?
I mean,
I said I did a big thing about dirt races and like we should call them majors, and Eldora tweeted that this week, and I got like 3 texts saying like, "Oh, they're listening to you," and I'm like, "This has to be a coincidence." So
they're in the walls.
Now I blew myself more than Caleb did, so we're even.
Hey, I just want you.
Josh makes another 6-7 joke.
As much as you guys crap on me for my bad opinions, I just have to let y'all know that it, happens quite frequently that I am correct.
You know what I think they should do in 2026? Not go to Mexico. There, see?
Okay, done.
I can do this. I guess the schedule's already out, so they already confirmed they're not doing that. I don't have another one for this. I'll do a prediction like that next week, and I'm
going to predict that IndyCar is not going to go to Mexico after saying that they were going to Mexico.
I don't care. I just want more ovals. I don't give a shit if you're in Mexico or not. Pato does, and go to Mexico for Pato, please. Like, I'd love to see it, but shit.
But why go to Mexico for Pato when we have Pato at home?
That's what I would say. We're spending enough money as it is, guys. We can't promote Iowa Speedway. Like, we got to get to Phoenix. We'll talk about that in a sec. So yeah, that rumor is 6 drivers in the final round. Did you listen to that clip, that episode?
Oh, good podcaster would say yes, but no.
Okay. I just saw the short clip of it, and to me that would lean, if they're moving to 6, it leans going into a 3-race or a 4-race final round, potentially a 5. I don't know. I'm guessing they've talked about all this stuff. I think 4 is the leader in the clubhouse if you had to pick one. And if that happens in 2026, that includes Talladega. I'm completely fine with it. Caleb, I'll give you 25 seconds to poo-poo that if you want.
I only need 2. That's a bad idea.
Okay.
What also would be a bad idea is having it a 6-driver championship and leaving it only 1 race.
No, I don't want to see that at all.
That would be horrible. Like, I would be.
They teased us with the 6, and then they said, "Hey, guess what?"
Because I mean, even if you're going to extend it to 6, I would say 3 races at that point probably isn't enough. Like, you need to have at least 4. because then you could have 4 or a 3-3-4, and then essentially, what if you've got 16? You could take out 5, and then after 3 races, you take out
another 5,
and then after 3 races again, you take out another 5. Boom, you got your 6 peoples, and then you go race for Campiones.
And someone floated out 12-9-6, so take out 3 every round, start with 12.
12-9.
I don't want.
7?
I don't. Yeah, I thought. Shut up. God damn it. I don't want that. If the playoffs are going to be winning, you're in. We need it. Like 16 is the perfect number if you're going to have 26 races.
Well, there's rumors that they might remove the win and you're in type deal. I mean, at this point, I feel like don't get rid of that if you're going to have it be the 16 and deal. Because, I mean, what's really going to change? But also, like, I did really like the wild card format back in the day. So
so I liked this. What wild card format?
Basically, well, they took the 10 off points or whatever, and then they had the 2 wild cards of like with the wins and all that.
There's just most wins outside the top 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like that.
It's cool. I think the best way to do about this is how they used to do it, where you had to be at a certain threshold. So like it used to be top 30 in points.
Yeah, I don't know why the hell they took that away. That was the dumbest. Like, it was at least like, if you had top 25 in points or something like that, then you're not cooking Harrison Burton for a win that he should have never been trashed for, or Austin Dillon maybe doesn't make a move like maybe he does. That's still one of the most electric
he would
NASCAR history. And I respect them for it. Like, fuck it. If it's winning, then like, I'm going to go win. But yeah, no, sorry, I was thinking of Keselowski saying, we didn't talk about that. Keselowski said he was trying to take out Bell on the last lap and just didn't hit him right. Bell took the hit exactly how he needed to. I got a lot of enjoyment. I think
Brad just threw it in too much, personally.
Well,
we've all been there.
I saw a tweet that basically said, "God damn, these cars can't even dump each other right."
Yeah.
I mean, Brad was going to try to do what he could, but he wasn't going to like just, Austin Dillon his way into it. Like, so
if he was in the playoffs, he would have.
I mean,
well, Brad's also not Austin Dillon, so
yeah.
Maybe he tried. I don't know. Like,
I mean, Brad obviously was going to try to, do the bump and run on him. He wasn't just going to go in there and destroy him. But
yeah, he wasn't going to have a spotter yelling at him, wreck him, wreck him, wreck him.
What do you want the spotter to say? Everyone was trying to incriminate that. What do you want him to say? What do you want him to do?
You want the spotter to say, "Hey, is your arm a little itchy?"
Do we got to talk in code just to be like legal about it? Is that what this has come to? Like, if he said bulldog and that means take him the fuck out, that makes it okay?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like shit. No, I
don't do it.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what they come up with for I guess I'm not excited at all. I'm very worried that it's just going to be a load of shit. This format is fine. If you're going to have playoffs, fine, whatever. At least rotate the last race. That's the only thing I ask with this format. But so many people hate it, and so many people think it's really complicated to explain, which it can be. So it's, I guess I want a little bit more simple, but I don't know what to expect.
We'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
That's, anticlimactic.
It was also very interesting because it's kind of been put on like the TV's shoulders, and Jeff Burton kind of refuted that this week. He basically said like TV has a seat at the table just like the drivers do, but they, it's not, "Oh, TV, what would you like to do?" It's, "Hey, this is what we plan on doing. What do you think?" And that's pretty much how that goes. So.
Yeah, no, the NBC it. See how they figure this one out. So I don't know. That's a bad attempt at a pun.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I was flashing back to the digger cam with Fox and Talladega and just all the things. Let's talk IndyCar. I've been waiting to do this. 2026 schedule is out. What was that? So when we did the NASCAR schedules, Caleb gave us a minute by minute breakdown of what he wanted to talk about on the podcast, and he has done the opposite for the IndyCar schedule. Caleb, I guess give me your first gripe about it. Give me one.
Oh, that one's way too easy. The very first gripe I have about
just Iowa,
motherfucking Iowa Speedway on it.
Yeah, we went from having a crown jewel IndyCar race that was sold out with Post Malone playing, and in 2 years it doesn't exist. So
we went from having 2 Iowa Speedway IndyCar races to not even having.
Yeah, it should have just been a Saturday night 550. I want a long Saturday night, long Sunday night race, either or.
I'll take a fucking Tuesday at 3 p.m. I don't care.
I want it fucking under the lights, but I won't take it Tuesday at 3.
But Tuesday at 3 is better than nothing.
No, that's where you're getting the Peacock exclusive race audience of like 395,000.
I don't care. I'll be there. Okay,
Toronto?
so right off the bat, that's a thing. Okay, Streets of St. Petersburg. Guess what? They're gonna do that with the trucks. I'm super excited. I kind of want to go to that one myself. If anybody wants my Venmo, let me know. And then we go to Phoenix Raceway, which is also going to be with NASCAR.
And I love that you get an oval that early in the season. I love that you're not taking a week off there. You're racing 3 weeks in a row to open the thing. I thought Jordan Bianchi's tweet about a certain company, namely NASCAR, wanting to prove that other series can race with them and they aren't a monopoly, is all of a sudden racing on a co-weekend with IndyCar.
Yeah, again, I'm just if I'm the lawyer for the teams and stuff, and NASCAR tries to say, "Hey, look, we have IndyCar racing with us. We're not a monopoly." I'm gonna be like, "Oh, okay. And who owns Iowa Speedway? And how many tweets for Iowa Speedway Twitter account did you make for the IndyCar race?" And I'm just gonna throw that right back in their face. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. It's been a hot minute since they've been.
Can we stick you in the courtroom and just have you yelling that before they get you out?
Absolutely. I'm gonna. We can take a shot every time I yell Iowa Speedway.
I'd love to fund that on.
I'm just going to keep rolling on this schedule because I have a lot of feelings.
Keep going.
So Phoenix, been a while. Excited to see how that turns out.
That's a Saturday night Phoenix race.
Oh, good. Saturday night Phoenix. It'll be nice and chilly there. Streets of Arlington. That's good. Texas needs, Texas does not have any professional tracks. So
there it is.
It was good that we're going to create
the last two IndyCar races at Texas are some of my favorite races I've ever watched in my life. Go watch them sometime. You won't be disappointed. Same with
Coda's down there too. I just don't understand.
You started talking and you had me so confused, and then I realized what was happening.
Oh, I've seen this coming from a mile away. So what IndyCar did was address some fans' concerns with the schedule, and then also like middle finger, like the same people with stuff that they didn't want. Which, like, overall, 1 step forward, 1 step back is not 1 step forward, 2 steps back. So I guess we shouldn't be too critical, but
it's
like obviously we're pissed about Iowa Speedway.
Imagine that I look at Connor and I go, Connor, I'm gonna create a dirt track, and you were like, hell yeah, bud, that's awesome. That's gonna be a good time.
I'm worried about cost right away. What the fuck is our plan here to make
but then I'm gonna put it 10 minutes from Knoxville Raceway.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going.
And you're going to be like,
race on Fridays.
You're stupid.
Yeah, it could work, but yeah.
Okay, so then anywho,
We had one 30 minutes from it, and everyone loved that one. So
let's
not
go
the dumbest
to
thing.
we go to the track that just kind of is funny why we even created it, and then we go to Barber Motorsports Park. That we've seen that. It'll be
Usual
pretty
track,
solid.
And
And
no
then
sex fall from the bridge during the race, which really was not a bad PR move there. It actually reflected very well on IndyCar. It really didn't draw the complaints that I figured it would. So props to that doll.
And then let's talk about Connor says, "Oh, I'm glad that after St. Pete, the very next weekend we've got IndyCar back." We sure fucked you up on that one then, because you get one fucking race in the month of April.
At least you can go right into the 420 holiday and just cruise. You watch IndyCar and then you're boom, holiday.
Yeah, that's great, but you don't get any IndyCar the 18 days before it or the 12 days after it. So
that's usually how long it takes me to recover. So
dumb.
by the time I'm awake, it'll be Indianapolis qualifying time.
It's just stupid. Why you have in a 4-week period, technically in almost 5-week period, excuse me, you have one race.
Yeah.
And then so Streets of Long Beach, though, woohoo! That's going to be our only excitement in the month of April. That has been a pretty exciting race.
Real slap in the face there to the Knoxville season opener, the Iowa Barnstormers, NASCAR.
You with your man, I can't.
I know. Well, hey.
The Streets of Long Beach have been pretty good the last couple years, thank God, because it's the only entertainment we get in the month of April. So hopefully it's a good race. And then 72 weeks later, we go to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Road Course. Whoop-de-hoo. It's
you want that race off?
It's a race. It's fine.
I'm with you. I don't get near as excited as I do for Indianapolis.
And I feel like by that time we're in so much hype. If they were at a different track, that it would be more hyped up. But because it's at Indianapolis, but it's the adopted little brother of the.
It's also Saturday afternoon. I hate the timing of that race. That's the one thing. Fucking please change that. But I think that's Saturday again next year.
Yeah, and then we have the 110th running of the Indianapolis 500.
It's the biggest race in the world, Caleb. You don't have to mock it like this.
That is going to be exciting, of course. Always big attention around that. And then we go to the streets of Detroit the week after.
Hey, do you like racing the week after the 500?
No. If you're gonna,
I don't think you need to, but I don't hate it. I also part of me also just thinks you need to. So sorry, I can't make up my mind there.
Let's just take Detroit and move it to April.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would help a lot.
Late April. I
think Detroit might be too cold in April. I'd go a little more south, like Iowa.
I'll go to Iowa Speedway late April. My thing is these guys are busting their butts for longer than that even, but they're busting their butts for 3-4 weeks to put everything that they have into the Indy 500. Let them have some hangover time after that. Give them a damn week. Because then they go essentially into 2 straight weeks of racing, and I don't really understand, considering we can't have any races in the month of April. So after Streets of Detroit, we go to Gateway. Again, not super sold on all 3 Midwest races, in our realm, are essentially back to back to back.
Oh, I mean, I guess you could say all 4 with Mid-Ohio.
Well, I wasn't counting Detroit. That's a little far outside of my driving range.
Yeah, okay.
But you essentially have Gateway, Road America, Mid-Ohio, back to back to back, plus Mid-Ohio and Chicago for NASCAR are the same weekend. So that's a thing. Don't think that IndyCar is going to win that one real well. But
the return of Chicagoland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I feel like Nashville would have been a good spot for the 4th of July race there. But I think Mid-Ohio's done great attendance the last few years, right?
Well, let's hope that continues.
Have they been 4th of July? I can't remember for the life of me.
I don't know. Josh?
Not Mid-Ohio.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll make sure.
So yeah, Mid-Ohio, we get 2 races in July. Thank you, IndyCar, for that. Mid-Ohio, and then, of course, we're back to another oval of Nashville Super Speedway.
Mid-Ohio was July 4th weekend this year.
Okay. Well, yeah, maybe that'll be okay then, I guess.
Well, I don't know. I think the publicity that Chicagoland's hype coming back, I think more people will want to go to Chicagoland than they did with the Chicago road course. So,
but I hope at the very least they schedule those races at different times.
They won't.
Now, IndyCar is
it'll be 1 and 2.
I don't know where people are confirmed. I mean, this is what I was told, that they are avoiding the Masters, and the F1 race. F1 chose to not interfere with the Indy 500.
Well, that's
Canadian
probably
Grand Prix.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. Although I will say I'm really bummed that it's not going to be Monaco for.
Yeah, they just wanted to slap their fans in the face and say, "Hey, here's our most famous race, our most famous event, and we're not going to run it on the same day with the other 2 anymore. So screw you guys." That's typical of them.
And then, so you know what's kind of interesting about the schedule?
You talked Nashville already, yeah?
Yeah. So the
fact that they moved that from the final race of the year is such fucking bullshit. What does a track have to do to stay as the season finale after what we saw at Nashville?
It was good.
The points championship was wrapped up. The race was amazing. The post-race celebrations from Newgarden going into the stands and Pelot doing burnouts in the dirt. Like, that was hilarious. It was awesome.
He was adding weight.
Hilarious in the best way a motorsport can be hilarious in, by the way. Like the complete opposite of the doll falling on the track that we all laughed at.
Should IndyCar do something about that?
Not
going
even
to the grass.
Well, I don't know. Do they have a weight rule?
Not even that, though, but like there's several road courses that could kind of at least give you a like finale feeling to it. Laguna Seca has never felt that way to me. So
it feels like an overhyped race or track, I should say. Like the track itself. Like I remember driving it on Gran Turismo 3 when I was a kid all the time, and it's just so bare, and it comes off that way on TV. Like it doesn't feel like a big deal. The corkscrews.
I love the history of it, but yeah, I mean, what is Laguna Seca without the corkscrew?
And not that they're using the corkscrew still, but yeah,
I mean, if it's gonna be somewhere on the schedule, I think that's fine. But yeah, the finale race, it doesn't do much for it. So, so real quick, where are they racing at the weekend of August 1st through 3rd?
They are nowhere, as is NASCAR and Formula One, I believe.
So for some reason, everybody has decided to take that week off, which is interesting.
Knoxville is not moving. I promise.
They should, but
part of me wants to say, that'd be way too early, but I don't know. I'd do it if it meant a TV race.
I mean,
I don't know. There's a lot of logistics, and you don't want to change. I mean, people already planned for stuff and slap.
Well, I know
Knoxville cares about fans, unlike other series that we cover. Is I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
and I'm not pointing to the dirt. I'm not pointing to the dirt races or dirt.
So yeah, we have that weekend open, and then we go to Portland, which has been a solid race for IndyCar. NASCAR announced they're not going back next year, but yeah, IndyCar is going to go there for a early fall race, late summer, early fall. And then I'm going to be straight up honest. I don't know what the fuck Markham is.
Oh, that's all right. Me and Josh are here to save the day.
Yeah. We were doing our previous research ahead of time.
Isn't that where like Batman's from?
No, it's actually right next to a very famous theme park, which Josh knows the name of. I forgot.
Yeah, Canada's Wonderland.
That's right.
Canada's Wonderland.
I call Mac Celebrini hometown.
Yep. Right next to it. And funny enough, crazy concept, it's about 20 minutes from the previous Toronto course.
That's what it was. Yeah. So again,
a lot of mysterious deaths. We already checked it out, so that you didn't have to. I don't think we'll talk about any of them on here.
I'll give, we've gave some crap to NASCAR of like going to the streets of Chicago and all that stuff, but
I didn't. That was a fun race.
But like,
and Bowman won.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
The fans have said, IndyCar, we want more ovals. And IndyCar basically said, you get made up tracks next to real tracks. Woo!
I at least I feel like IndyCar's
that's your distance.
I feel like IndyCar's made up street circuits are better than F1's whenever at least they're excited. Like the Detroit one with the dual pit road. That's cool. It made the race unique. It definitely made it fun. It's been an exciting race the last couple years. People were saying that Toronto wasn't great, and now they're going to Markham. And I don't know if that was the decision or what drove it, but
I thought
it seemed like an interesting track.
I thought Toronto was good. I don't understand the move.
Part of that was Toronto being the Peacock exclusive race, as some people didn't watch it for 2 years, 3 years.
What does moving 26 minutes away change that?
The track it seems creative. That's the best I can give you. I don't know. It could suck. You remember over the bridge in Nashville and everyone getting caught on the other side of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember
it could be that. I don't know. I thought that looked really interesting. I was very excited for that race, and that was a shit show. So
I was always a fan of Toronto's turn one.
The only thing I remember from the streets of Nashville was Ericsson going airborne and still winning.
Yeah.
So, okay. So yeah, we do the streets of Gotham, and then a couple weeks later, we have a doubleheader at Milwaukee. If they're gonna, please, for the love of God, let's make that like it used to be with like Milwaukee Fest, and let's make that a big event, big weekend, since we just abandoned Iowa Speedway.
Been to Iowa every year since 2009, 7, might have been 7. Aside from 2 after COVID. 1.
I was going to say, they were there during COVID.
Aside from 1. I know we didn't get credentialed because we made the website 13 days before it.
We did go.
Josh and I were there. We also watched Ty Gibbs win in ARCA.
Oh, that is that weekend. Okay.
Yeah.
Blast from
I remember one of them. It wasn't the COVID year, but the 2019 year where we started at midnight and we waited in our car for 3 to 4 hours, and the race got over at 2 a.m.
There's been 2 times of oh God.
Why is that spooky? Why does that startle you?
Because it's like
my face is
here, and then there's been a couple of times that I've stayed and watched IndyCar races after midnight at Iowa Speedway. There's been a couple
times
that it's always been fun, and now they have taken that from me. So, and the track announcer, Eric Hienefeld, for Gateway Worldwide Technology Raceway.
We can call it Gateway
Enterprises.
If they want to pay me to call it Worldwide Technology
LLC.
Gateway Center.
LLC Incorporated Business Model D12. I don't know. Anywho, he was like, "Oh, just come down to Gateway," and yeah, that's great. But like Iowa Speedway, if I'm booking it.
Gateway's 5.5, 6 hours from Cedar Rapids. I've been making the drive from Cedar Rapids to Burlington. I've made the drive from Cedar Rapids to St. Louis with my buddy Josh Betts. It's a long fucking drive, a lot longer than it takes to get to Iowa Speedway from any of the houses we're at. Thank God, no, it's not.
One way is the equivalent to the Iowa Speedway back and Iowa Speedway again.
It's 1/4 of a Rolex 24.
It's even more than that, and I know because I fucking did that this year. I drove.
You did.
I drove there, back. So
stupid. Oh, I guess I wasn't there. Yeah, that's
no. I had that same weekend on the Saturday. I had a coworker's wedding, and it was actually further east than Cedar Rapids even. So yeah, I did a lot of driving that weekend, but would do that for IndyCar again. But
I mean, you didn't do it for IndyCar, but
maybe something happens and they get back in 2027. I don't know. Maybe we hit it big time and I'm sponsoring the race. Who knows?
Oh God, that means I'm going to have to sit through the Graham Rahal 300.
No, I was right there. I was setting this up to. If people sponsor us, you guys got anything else? Yeah, I would call it now. At this point, I would call it the Graham Rahal 300. It wouldn't be always raced. It'd be Graham Rahal.
One condition though, you can name it the Graham Rahal 300, but the race has to be 250 laps.
Fuck that! No, we're doing 600. I'm getting the drivers to agree to 600.
It would be so funny. The Graham Rahal 300 is 250 laps.
Oh, you just want it different?
Yeah.
Oh, that's one. No, we'll do 600. We'll call it the 600. We'll make it 550. With 7/8 of a mile. Actually, that'd be backwards one.
So we could do 600 laps, but then it's all one race. So you don't do any stages, points, blah 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 blah.
I wasn't thinking about doing
shut up!
Now that it would piss you off, yeah, we're doing 4 stages.
Listen. You do 800 laps. Okay. Friday night you do 200 laps. And then Saturday night, you do 300 laps. And then Sunday afternoon, you do 300 laps. And it's all the same race.
Are we going to shotgun start them by their intervals from the night before, too?
We should shotgun start them from...
Is that what that is? Did I use that properly? I'm not a golf guy.
No, we need to do... We'll take one out of the Lacrosse Raceway book where you do it one way and then you invert the entire field the next day, and then the best average. And then you take the average, and that's how you set the lineup.
Before I put an invert in the.
So my idea would be that we get all of them in a circle up at the Newton Club, and then we do the shotgun, and they have to run down the stands into their cars and then go.
Who's most likely to fall down the grandstands?
Why
is it Devlin DiFrancesco?
Well, that too.
And then okay. And then,
sorry, my bad, man.
Hold on.
It's the cameraman clip. That's all that came to my head.
The entire field will be going down the grandstands, and Louis Foster will be at the very back of the pack, and then he'll trip and just fucking take out everybody in front of him.
Actually, that would be you guys getting Toradol shots with the fans right next to him.
Odds on that.
They put a very important primer on getting to your car before anything happens. There, how could you refuse that? Let us be in charge. Awesome. Yeah, same message applies if you're at all interested in supporting us here at Always Race Day. Hit us up. We're still working on t-shirts, and still working on t-shirts, still working on the Patreon. I will get that up and running and chugging. We're kind of just feeling stuff out and waiting for things. So I will put we'll do this. There's going to be a Patreon update in the morning. Look for that. It'll be dirt related. And I will tell you who we're going to have on the show tomorrow night. You can find, aside from Kurt Schroeder, and depending on if things happen, because I haven't gotten a for sure yes from him, but I just revealed it was a dude, so I suppose limited a little bit. But yeah, there's your hint. But I will send out a Patreon update, and thanks again to Chris Weiser for sponsoring this episode. Do you guys have anything else? Okay. Join us for the Dirt Show tomorrow night. I don't have a time locked down for that yet, but we'll post it in the morning when we get that scheduled. Should be around 8, 7, maybe 6. And I did not say, I said it in that order for a specific reason. And it was just to not get Josh to do that. So thanks, guys, for listening.
Still do
it. Appreciate y'all, and I can't wait to enjoy the race weekend on social media along with you guys. So